Hello everyone, in this review video I will review the latest version of the VS version of the Grey Diamond log. Because before, VS Factory has not released a badge log, so this year, first of all, the badge suddenly became popular because the meaning of this watch is relatively good, which means to drill, and then, which is homophonic to Hui Zhuan, will drill. So, this watch style, it was sold out as soon as it was produced. It's sold out as soon as it's out. I originally thought that the VS Factory, it would ship the Grey Diamond watch quickly, but I didn't expect. It took a long time. This first point proves that the VS Factory makes this Grey Diamond. It is more attentive. They didn't just take any random dial, or other factory's dial, and use it. They made their own molds and develop it. Well, in this video, in this evaluation video, first of all, I'll show you the details of this watch. Secondly, I will teach you how to identify, where to look, whether it is the right version, the VS Factories. Okay, first of all, we need to check its bezel. The bezel of the Grey Diamond log its bezel is very shiny in color. And for the VS Factory, the bezel of the VS Factory has been given a platinum plating treatment. No matter how long you wear it, there will be no fading, or oxidation, so you can wear it with confidence. The dial of the Grey Diamond has a radial pattern. Let's take a look. It's very delicate, right? It's a very delicate watch. Including me. I also really like the Grey Diamond style. Yes, so let's not waste any more time. Let's take a look at its pointer, and the logo, and some details in these areas. Okay, first let's take a look at its needle shaft. The central axis. We can see that it adopts a volcanic-shaped, a solid central axis, and it has a bowl-shaped chamfer. The overall central axis, or the second hand, is very neat. Just like those small factories, or other factories, the central axis of their watches are rough and uneven, but whether it's the VS logos, the Greenwich, or Submariner, the central axis, or the pointers, they have always been made by us. This is a 30 times magnifying glass. Even with such a high magnifying glass to look at it, there will be no burrs or edges, so in this regard, the details is better than the factories. It's a very standard set of pointers. As for this set of pointers, its cost may be more expensive than a watch from a small factory is more expensive. You know, it's very beautiful. The polishing of this pointer is very good, which looks very comfortable, including its chamfer. Let's take a look. The end of the hour hand, the chamfer, it is a pure 45-degree angle. However, for some small factories, they don't have a 45-degree angle. In the chamfer part, it has a slightly curved shape. That's not right. Do you understand? Let's take a look at its logo. The logo is also very important. Because all the logos of Rolex is physical, metal logo. First, where should we look? Look at the shape of the logo, the opening shape. The shape of the opening. Its shape must be flat and round, similar to a rugby, including the logo below. Okay. The second hand has passed. Let's wait a moment. Let's wait for it to pass. The lower left corner of the logo, right bottom, there must be a corner. Have you noticed that? Wide chin has a folded corner. This is the right version. And let's take a look at the diamond surface of the Grey Diamond. As for this diamond, cutting and fire color are all done quite well, including its base. Also has a beveled, a chamfered and polished one. Basically, for this type of watch, at this high magnification, under a magnifying glass, we can see it. There are basically any flaws, burrs, details, and all aspects are perfect, like these diamonds. Or let's take a look at 12 o'clock position. This drill bit are also done quite well, right? Let's take a look at how about its paint treatment. First of all, these fonts are all made with an oil pressure process. Let's take a look at it. The oil pressure process, it has a three-dimensional effect, and the most crucial point is the overall craftsmanship is very neat, right? There is another detail. First, look at the last TUAL in the second line. The A, the number and letter must be A with a flat top, which is flat on top. and the date in the third line. And the A in date is also a flat A. This detail, many small factories forget to do it, or make mistakes. You know, this detail point, you should also pay attention to it. Let's take a look again. Here is an identification point. Everyone must look carefully. Basically, all VS factories Rolex. The 12 o'clock logo are very neat. We can see that when the 12 o'clock crown is aligned. On its side, there is a small crown logo. See? First, let's look at this place. It's very neat, right? Let me show you the small factories. Let me show you what a small factory's logo looks like. We can hardly see the crown shape of small factories. The crown shape. Right. The factory version must be very neat and tidy. This is the right one. This is the first point. Secondly, we need to look at its glass chamfer. It has been chamfered. It's not just a simple bevel cut. On the top, there is a chamfering treatment. This point. We should also refer to it, okay? Then the case and the strap are made of solid stainless steel, is made of solid gold. The polishing of these side edges. The polishing of the crown. And let's take a look. The crown part. For the crown, there is a film on it, but we can see that its crown is also a standard flat and round shape, including the 5 small claws on the crown. Are very round, right? Let's take a look at the buckle. The crown on the buckle. There is also a film on it, but we can see that it is very neat. After opening the buckle, this place is a dragon and phoenix logo. And then, the code here is the watch back code. These don't need to be checked. These places don't need to be checked. What should we mainly look at? 4-point anti-counterfeiting label. This place is the most critical. We can see that below the O, there is a dot X. There is a dot on the left bottom, and the left and right below the A each has a dot. This is called the 4-point anti-counterfeiting label. Then, such as the watch buckle code, we don't need to refer to them, because those VS factories, they can also use the same, the back cover. So let's talk about the most important identification point. The most crucial identification point is what? Is its movement. I'll open the back cover to see the movement. This one has been loosened by me in advance because the VS factory equipped with the Dandong 3235 is currently, only VS factory has the exclusive right to it. This movement, only VS factory can get it. If other factories, if they want to install the Dandong movement, they all have to go through the VS factory to get the Dandong 3235. So there is no imitation of the VS factory, and it's impossible to install Dandong 3235. Okay, let's first take a look at the back of the case. The engravings, like these areas, and polishing, will be done very meticulously. So the main point, the core point, is to look at the movement. As for the movement, Dandong's 3235 movement has always been, in our industry, its stability, or the polishing of the movement. It is very perfect. Even let's take a look at the engravings on the movement, such as these small crowns, the shape of the opening, or some of the engravings, and the gilding process, all relatively perfect. And the Dandong 3235 movement is better than the Shanghai 3235 movement. What's the difference? Every screw, or every gemstone, has been done, a beveled chamfering. Let's look at this place. Look at this place. Like these gems. The beveled chamfering of these gemstones is very beautiful. As for the Shanghai movement, it has done these places, but not as precise as the VS factory. Or so beautiful. As for Dandong movement, we can see that this movement, the polishing is good, or the fire color. The polishing of this movement, it looks, we can see at a glance, is very comfortable. As I just said, the identification point of this watch, the most important thing is, we need to see if the movement is from Dandong, and then match some of the codes on the appearance. We can know whether this watch, whether it is from Dandong, a 3235. There is also a version on the market, called the Shanghai 3235 movement. So what's the main difference between it and there? Is the most significant difference is the balance wheel. Let's take a look. The balance of Dandong. There are 2 pillars. Do you see it? The silver one is on the left, and the gold one is on the right. Right. The Dandong one is just like that. Shanghai's is just the opposite, is opposite to that of Dandong. The gold one is on the left in Shanghai, and the silver one on the right. But now many people, they deliberately, the balance wheel of Shanghai's 3235 movement, change the position to be the same as Dandong, to pretend to be Dandong's, to mix them with Dandong. So we will teach you from another point. This place is very important. Look carefully. Let's teach you from another point how to distinguish. Everyone pay attention. The place where my pen tip is pointing, below the engraving of the 3235 movement. See, here is a clutch wheel of the watch. So this clutch wheel, the Dandong 3235 movement, is a fully mold integrated movement. This clutch wheel can rotate truly. Can rotate truly. Let me show you. Many people may not know about what the situation of Shanghai movement is. Let me tell you. The Shanghai movement. It is actually modified from the 3135 movement. Look at this place. Please pay attention. The upper part of the 3235 movement. Look at this. The difference between these two clutch wheels. It is sunken inward. See, the Dandong one is completely filled on the surface. It is sunken inward because this part is welded. It's just a decoration. Do you understand? And there is another point. That is, for Dandong movement, we pull out its crown. See? The clutch wheel, it will jump up and down. Have you noticed? From these points you can tell this watch whether it is the right version of the VS factory. Okay. So this evaluation video is here.